Back here at the compound. Even on the ground here, you can see the current. The only reason why those things didn't get swept away was because they're pretty heavy. So the water would really have to be pretty high. I mean, like over the door sill, maybe even higher, for the current to be strong enough to push them. So we're good that way. It's still a good, I don't know, it's about 4 inches deep right here. Well, as you guys can see, the flood, I think that's iron. The flood really screwed the pooch as far as scrapping is concerned. Yeah, I told that guy I was going to get that camper, and it rained so hard yesterday that it just wasn't possible. Simply was not possible. So I have to figure out how to recover from this. I know when you have a flood situation, it's extremely upsetting because it creates a lot of damage and stuff like that, and it's really inconvenient. It's disruptive to life, and I've had a few people tell me, well, it's not like you didn't know that it floods there. I do know that it floods here. There's not much I can do about it. Kind of like, you know, you have people living along the Mississippi, and just about every spring it floods. Every time I get out of this car, I hit that emergency brake thing. My foot gets caught under it, or I bang my shin into it. Make sure it's not going to lock itself. I should just take the key out. Let's take the key out or leave the window down. So, I found all kinds of goodies, but it's a mishmash of stuff, so you just can't go straight to the yard. It's, I don't know. It's one of them things. Do you ever hear of that channel, Scrap Viper? Somebody opened that table up like that, not me. I always wonder why, like, some channels, it's a really good channel, like why some channels don't take off. and become really popular, and then other channels, they become super popular. Like they're almost instantaneous success. Maybe the guy's channel is not, it's a really good channel. Maybe it's not entertaining enough. I mean, I don't know. I've been on YouTube since October 10th, 2015. So, what was that, like 3.5 years? I'm definitely not a runaway success. But it could be a lot worse, right? Then other channels, like, no, it always just fascinates me. Other channels, like, there's these two YouTubers, and I don't know why I compare them together, but maybe because I discovered the channels kind of like, or not discovered them, but watched them with more regularity at the same time. And that was Taco Stacks and Tucker Upper. And there was a time when they both were probably about as popular as one another. Actually, Tucker Upper was actually more popular than Taco Stacks, but about a couple of years ago, all of a sudden, he started getting more subscribers and, I don't know, more views than Tucker. And both are quite entertaining. I mean, obviously, Taco Stacks doesn't do any stunts. About the biggest stunt he does is like walk across the street to pick up a piece of scrap. And the other guy, Tucker Upper, he puts a lot of effort into making his videos. He's got, characters, you know what I mean, like friends and stuff like that he puts in his videos. He's got his girlfriend that's now a permanent fixture in the videos. And the other guy, Taco Stacks, he really doesn't put other people in his videos. The videos are pretty much all about, well, they're a little bit about him, but not totally. It's about storage locker finds and auctions and sometimes trash picking, sometimes selling, I don't know, merch. A lot of times it says, "Look what I found," or "All of this by the curb," or "Can you believe what I just bought?" Or "All this for $500. I don't know. I don't totally understand YouTube, so like the audience that you're playing to, you can only figure out through the comments. Like, when I do something like that, that's guaranteed to get like somebody to go LOL. So he throws it on the ground. This is a random place. Well, what are you gonna do in a junkyard, right? It's a lampshade. It's the reason why I threw it on the ground. All jokes aside, is it's just a shred. It's the same as that vacuum cleaner. Okay, minus the cord. Or the same as that chair, but maybe minus that aluminum base, should I want to take it off. So it actually is in the same stuff category. I mean, I put that aluminum right there because it's with the aluminum windows, which need processing. Well, this door, it's actually steel, but it's got aluminum framing around it. So it is sort of in a semi-organized thing when I threw it on the ground. Why didn't you take it right to the yard? Well, when I opened the video, there's too much of a mishmash of stuff in there. And it just takes so damn long. An hour to the yard, an hour back, and whatever amount of time that you're spending there. And you look at the clock. Okay, that's a lot of time. That's more time and more fuel than me coming here and unloading. And when I get a big enough amount of something, okay, let's say I get a big enough amount of batteries, I'll go to the yard that pays the best money for the batteries. Or when I get enough shred, okay, I'll go to the yard that pays the best for the shred. Or if I get enough rotors, rather than just two rotors, say going to the scale every 2-3 times a day, one battery, one rotor, you're actually losing poundage too when you do it that way. How do you figure? Okay, if it's a 1 pound scale, say that weighs, I know it weighs more than that, but let's just say this thing weighs 10.4 pounds. I'm going to get 10 pounds for that. I'm losing 0.4 of a pound. So the junkyard is getting free scrap. So if I go and do that again later on that day, same day, I find another battery. Same thing. 10.4 pounds. So now I lost 0.8 pounds. So if I kept these together, I'd have 20.8 pounds. Okay, so the scale would round up, supposedly, to 21 pounds. Now I'm the winner. So it's more profitable to wait until you've built up an ample amount and then get rid of it. But, you know, everybody's got their own setup and system, so maybe you live in a hotel or something like that, and this would work. You could live in a hotel, you could actually live in the van and just take it straight to the yard and just have to deal with life that way. You're never going to get out of living in the hotel. I see people doing that and they still live in a hotel, okay? They're still driving whatever vehicle they have, and they get rid of the little bit amount. They get their booze or their drugs. They have a hotel to stay in, and it's every day do the same thing over and over. No different than you, Kingdom. Yeah, I can't win the argument. I'm just explaining how I do it. How I do it is not the best. There's no right way to go scrapping. There's only the way that you want to and what works for you. I'm just answering for the 2 bazillionth time why I do how I do what I do. Also, somebody was saying the tires are going to float away. Wheels are entirely too heavy to float away. You need like I don't know. You need a good 10-foot flood, which I guess that's possible along here, but it didn't happen, thank God. And I guess it's not going to rain, but you would need massive flooding, like 2,000 year flood. Once in 2,000 year flood. You know how they do that? This is a 100-year flood. You know, it happens every year. I can't protect myself against that. If you have a 10-foot flood, I'm not going to prepare myself for that disaster. It's not worth the effort. You just end up taking the loss. It's never happened, so I'm just going to assume that it's never going to happen. And I'll just go with that and not worry myself about it. If this is as bad as it's going to get, I'm actually a very happy man, believe it or not. Look at the ducks, or the geese rather. They're happy. Wow, they're growing quick. Alright, see you in the next vid. Maybe I'm going to take all water heaters in this load, I don't know.